What's up, y'all? My name is Kron, and here we are with my top 10 hopes for Ultra Sun and Moon. So, I recently did a review on Pokemon Sun and Moon with a lot of pros and, a lot of cons about the game, as well as my recent ranty video about Lusamine and Lily. So this will be similar to those videos, but, of course about the newer games and what we hope for them. So let's jump in. Number 10 comes to better customization, character customization for males. This has been a problem since they introduced character customization in X and Y. In the game, in at least Sun and Moon, basically all you get are basic as fuck shirts and some weird ass tank tops that I don't want to wear because I'm fucking 10-year-old boy. That is creepy, alright? But girls get really nice dresses and a whole variety of shit. So where's the nice stuff for the dudes, This is a pretty small detail. It's overlooked. I don't really care too much, which is why it's number 10, but it's also an unlikely change, but, one can hope. Guess men will never have a chance to look that pretty. Number 9 comes to move tutors. Yeah, so I know they've basically been skipping a game each time with the move tutors, Black and White had it, X and Y, or no, Black and White didn't have it, X and Y didn't have it, and now Sun and Moon didn't have it, but then, Oris did, Black and White 2 did, so we'll see if Ultra Sun and Moon has them, but this time, hopefully they make them more accessible, so not just battle points, which takes forever to grind for, making, making the move tutors cost BP just, makes people turn to power saves more often, make them better, easier to access, so it's not as much of a grind or a hassle to get it. But again, this was probably pretty likely to happen, but it's probably unlikely that they'll make it anything but battle points, so we'll see. Number 8, get rid of the Festival Plaza, or at the very least update it. So this is the stuff that I really want. The Festival Plaza was a god-awful idea to replace the PSS. They had the perfect UI system, and they had it on the bottom screen. It was accessible. It helped you connect with people with a click of a button, and they scrapped it completely for something inefficient and just dumb looking. Why? I really hope the Festival Plaza gets either a makeover, complete makeover, or just separate the online systems from whatever the heck they want the Festival Plaza to be. They could combine the Festival Plaza with that fucking dumb island thing, make them a thing, and then put all the internet stuff on another thing that's like the PSS, because it will be just objectively better to have those features on the bottom screen without having to go to a menu, and then you have to wait for the loading thing, and then you have to go online there, and then you have to do your thing. With PSS, you could just click Wonder Trade, done! But now you have to do so many things. Please fix that. Number 7 is fresh methods of shiny hunting. So, I haven't shiny hunted much this past year because I've just been busy with other things, like I said in my update video, but I know the best way to shiny hunt in Sun and Moon is basically SOS hunting, which is, fun, and it's accurate because you get to pinpoint the Pokemon you're hunting for, but a new method like they did it with Dex Nabbing and Oris would be a great touch. So shiny hunting is a nice niche community of Pokemon players that, does get acknowledged by Game Freak, which is really nice, and I appreciate it a lot. So hopefully Ultra Sun and Moon has some kind of really new, nice, fresh system to change up the game, because in X and Y they had 3-4 different reliable methods of shiny hunting. Oris, they had Dex Nabbing, which was really great, but they also kept all the stuff in X and Y. Sun and Moon, it kind of just boiled down to SOS hunting, so hopefully they expand that a bit, and who knows, maybe I'll get back into it. More involvement with the Ultra Beast is number 6. So now into the meat of what made Sun and Moon bad. It's atrocious storyline. These next few points are gonna relate to that, the general playthrough of the game, but they're all different, so I feel like they all deserve a spot on this list. So in Sun and Moon, the Ultra Beast's role was essentially to be the fetish of Lusamine. That was it. They showed up once. Kukui was just like, "Hey yo, fuck out of here," and that was it. That was it. fuck? What? Why? Please. So they literally did nothing. So please, Game Freak, just make them actually important to the story. I understand that Solgaleo and Lunala look like they're fused with Necrozma, so it should be like important. Should. But, you know, we'll see how they actually execute it in making each beast important and unique instead of just being post-game like they did in Oris. So number 5 is less childishness. Okay, so I know this one's super unlikely because it seems like the direction Nintendo and Game Freak in general want to go with the franchise. But heck, you know, Oris had a pretty nice tone, especially through the Delta mission. It wasn't too childish, and it was, you know, had its good level of dark and deepness and complexity, you know, without being too overtly not good for children, you know. So I don't see why they can't incorporate these poppy colors and shit that Alola is all about without having cringe-worthy dialogue, characters, and plot lines. It's just, seriously, like, you play Yokai Watch. That's supposed to be the childish Pokemon, not Pokemon. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting old, but fuck. This just sucks. Number 4 is also related to the plotline, but involve ZYGARDE. Seriously, this poor green snake has not seen any light of, like, good, you know, lore since the movie. Like, come on, like, they made a movie about him, they made all these different forms, and they just made it like a little side collection mission in Sun and Moon. Like, seriously, like, people have been hoping for that Pokemon Z since X and Y came out, and, you know, just poor little ZYGARDE being left alone in the cave in Kalos. Like, they made him a thing, Sun and Moon, they just didn't make him a thing. So, like, please, in Ultra Sun and Moon, just bring him, make him, like, a nice, you know, actual good subplot. Like, he doesn't need to be the star of the plot. Obviously, it's probably going to be Necrozma and Solgaleo and Lunala, but just give him an actual, like, side thing, or, like, a post-game mission, like the Delta mission, or Delta episode, but, like, something that has to do with ZYGARDE's lore explicitly, and, you know, nothing cringe-worthy, please. So, number 3! Even if you don't involve the Ultra Beast, even if you don't involve ZYGARDE, please, just make a more worthwhile story. Like, just a better story altogether. Just get rid of your writing team. I know I've said this before, but just get rid of your writing team. Sun and Moon was trash. Just plain and simple. The dialogue was cringe. The plot direction was all over the place. The antagonists weren't threatening. I wasn't having any of it. Alright? Just, please. If you don't do anything that I said before, just, I beg of you, just hire the writing team from, like, not Platinum Games. Just hire Yoko Taru and just get him to write the game for you, please. Like, make me want to actually play the story and enjoy it. Just, fire your entire writing team and get rid of it. That's all I need. Number 2, more Gen 7 exclusive Pokemon. And I know they had the announcement, during the announcement that they said there would be more new Pokemon, but I'm not talking about just Alola forms. You know, I don't know if there's going to be new Alola forms, but I just want, straight up, never before seen Alola Gen 7 Pokemon that feel fresh, interesting, and well designed, and, you know, mix up the meta or whatever, like they did with the Tapus. They did a great job with mixing up the meta when introducing new Pokemon, but just more, and Pokemon that I will actually use and be excited to use when I play the game. You know, I want that feeling of mystery and discovery again, like when I was playing Pokemon for the first time, or when people were playing Gen 5 for the first time, you know. And, you know, hopefully, if they do release a bunch of new Pokemon, they don't spoil them all ahead of time! So my number 1 hope for Ultra Sun and Moon is to get rid of their GENWUNNER pandering. Now this ties into my top second hope in terms of new Pokemon, because that's basically like a stepping stone in them getting rid of the GENWUNNER pandering, because them introducing a lot of new Pokemon and less Alola type Pokemon means that they're trying to get rid of that, like, nostalgia factor that they cling on to so hard. Because honestly, I feel like this Gen 1 pandering is what's going to kill the Pokemon series going forward. Like, since X and Y, they've been trying to fuse nostalgia and like freshness, and it doesn't clash the way that they're executing it at all. Like, new Pokemon can become atrociously hard to find, even though they're the focus of the game. Although you could argue that Alola forms were too, but Alola forms as a concept are common Pokemon, or like old Pokemon, common old Pokemon that they're rehashing and giving them new types to make them feel fresh, but they really aren't. They're just Gen 1 it's making something, trying to be familiar, and then dragging like people into a new thing. It's just really cringeworthy at this point. And also, encounter rates, oh my god, like the new Pokemon, some of them you had to like cut off your fucking arm to catch, you know, 5% rates everywhere. And then, you know, old Pokemon, fucking Pelipper, throw Pelipper's fucking on this route, that route, everywhere. Fuck, I don't want to see more I don't understand, it's an island, but make a new goddamn water flying type then. Jesus Christ, like, why did they make the common Pokemon from the past games common in this game too? There's no reason to do that. That's why they create a new generic bird, a new generic rodent Pokemon every single time. You know, something, a new generic thing that feels new, even though it's used tropes over and over again. Like, please, just let us experience a new Pokemon game. Like, in the past, Pokemon used to be about collecting new Pokemon and trading with people and battling with them, just experiencing a new region and stuff like that. But nowadays, it's become, you experience a new region with your old Pokemon. Like, they want to keep it so that people will recognize Pokemon rather than find new things. And I said it before, honestly, I feel like it's killing the series. Like, it's just making people, it will make people less interested in the game, like me. I don't want to see Pelipper's over and over again, okay? Please, let me do my Alola lock successfully, alright? I've honestly kind of lost trust in Game Freak to actually, you know, fulfill this hope, but, you know, maybe they'll surprise me with Ultra Sun and Moon. That's why it's my #1 hope. It's just, I'm just really, really hopeful and doubtful at the same time that they'll pull through. And, you know, even if they don't, then I can't be disappointed because I never believed in them in the first place. So there you have it, my top 10 hopes for Ultra Sun and Moon. Let's see how many of them come true. And those, and on top of that, also are executed correctly and well. And if you didn't realize, this is basically a rehash of my Sun and Moon review. I essentially want them to fix everything that went wrong with Sun and Moon, and hopefully they understand what went wrong with Sun and Moon. You know, sequel games are usually like fixes and touch-ups to the old game. So hopefully, you know, the fact that they're saying an alternate storyline is that they understand that the storyline in Sun and Moon was a complete garbo poo-poo. So maybe they share the sentiment as I, and you know, they'll fix all these problems. And maybe they don't, and they'll fix completely irrelevant problems and make the game worse. Who knows? What do you think? Let me know your top 10 hopes in for these games in the comments below, and you know, let me know how feasible my hopes are. And you know, you can spit in my face if you want to. It's all good. It's all good. You know, honestly, I don't think that my story-based hopes are too far-fetched. Like involving Zygarde, Ultra Beast, those seem pretty common. But you know, making the storyline more fleshed out, I feel like they might, you know, incorporate more character development, better character development. In terms of like the smaller stuff, like the Festival Plaza, I don't know if they'll change that, but you know, hopefully they'll see how stupid it is and whatnot. And GENWUNNER pandering, well, we'll just have to see for that. So if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, tell me what you enjoyed, and as well, like I said before, your own top 10 list of hopes for Ultra Sun and Moon. And until next time, we out.